Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with part 3 of our stacked envelope signature piece. I will talk about this a little bit more as we move along. It is a giveaway, so this is part 3. So in the first two videos we did the construction and the decorating on the 4 of the envelopes, and I'm on my 5th. And then we're going to add some ephemera bits, as I mentioned in the other video, to some of the pieces that we already did. So this is our last envelope. So these are the bits that I have to go in it. So I'm just going to set those aside really quick. And I need to ink them up. I forgot to do that while I was prepping all the other extra bits. So I'm just going to kind of take the stuff apart, and hopefully I'll remember how I had it all put together. So this is our 5th envelope. So let me just pull this apart here and see if I can make sense of what I did here. So we've got a journaling card, and we've got the back and the front and then the flap. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this stuff up, and then I'll be right back with you. Again, I apologize. I should have done this. I was inking the other extra ephemera that I was adding to the other pieces to prepare for this video, and I forgot to do this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are all inked up. So this is, I have to remember which way everything's going. So that one's going that way. That one's going that way. So we've got one of each side. And then we've got another one going that way. So we've got 2 of that. And then we've got that one and that. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way this one goes. So I think we'll go ahead and do it here. I'm going to cut this side open. I forgot to do that. Just a second. So as I mentioned in the other video, I do kind of make markings on my surfaces so that I can keep track of what I'm trying to do. It helps in putting things together the way you kind of had in your mind. So that is now open. Awesome. Perfect. So let's go ahead and put the front piece on. So I can't remember. This is the back. And this is the front. So we're going to go ahead and adhere. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do the front. So I had took a piece of this vellum and I just tore it rough. I do see that it is not straight, like the words are not straight, but I'm not going to worry about that. This is, again, a page in the kit printed on vellum. So I'm going to glue the 3 sides. So this side, the bottom. Usually I'll hold this up in my hand, but because it's vellum, it's a little bit trickier. So let's see if we can pick it up now on my rubber mat here, silicone mat. So let's go ahead and set that down there. And I forgot to grab a paper towel. Give me a second. Awesome. That's hanging over just a little bit. I'm going to just trim that just a smidge. There we go. Okay, so what did we have for the front of this? I can't remember. I think we had this. So we've got this little circle and a word, but that's just not cutting it for me. So let me find a piece of vellum that I can kind of elevate that, you know what I'm looking for, make it more interesting. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this here so we've got something in the background. That will do just fine. Okay, I think we're probably good to put something in this pocket. So I'm trying to remember what I had going on here. I think I had this, and I was just going to leave it not glued so that it's a writing space. I really love to do that. So right now I'm just going to grab a paper clip. I will probably get a smaller one or something more decorated, but for now I'm just going to stick. You know what? I'm just going to take the time and get one of the small Tim Holtz paper clips here. Just give me a second. My apologies, guys. I'll probably put a dangle or something on it later, but right now I'm just going to secure it just with one of these teeny tiny little paper clips. And that's going to go in our little pocket. And then these are going to go in the pocket as well. So we've got this little journaling card, and then we've got this cute little girl. Loaded pocket there. So let's turn her over. And trying to remember what I had going on here. I think, I don't remember, and I can't remember. Oh, I have, sorry guys. Oh, that's too long. What's the deal? That's really weird. I thought I had cut that. Let me trim that down really quick. Oh boy, oh boy. Adventures with Cara-Renee. Trim that off. I don't care if it's super straight. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on as a pocket. So we're going to glue the three sides. I did kind of tear the top edge, so it's got that kind of a rough edge that I like. So I hope you guys will try this stacked envelope. It's really, really great because you can use your, all your, discarded envelopes, because it doesn't matter what size envelopes you use. And you just want to make sure that you have some of them opening on this side and some of them opening on this side so that they lay well. This one's going to be chunky, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it actually works out when we start putting it together. So there we've got that. And I'm not going to put a bunch of stuff in the pockets, but what I did here is I took an envelope from the kit and I inked it up. And, oh, I forgot that edge. Goodness gracious. And I inked it up, and I am going to close this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get some art glitter glue, and I'm just going to put glue here and over here. And I'm going to put a Velcro closure on it. So we'll do that. Oh, I got a little bit too much glue. Everybody's envelopes are cut a little bit differently and designed a little bit differently, so that one doesn't go all the way up, which is just fine. And I've got Velcro dots. Let me grab them. I need to move my microphone. I have no room to put it other than like right in my space here that I'm creating, because otherwise it can't pick up my voice. I still don't trust the microphone though, so every time I sit down to do a video, I do a test audio before I start actually talking, because, oops, wrong way. There we go. So we've got our little Velcro. We're going to just put that, just get that all pressed down and secure. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And then I just created this, this is coffee dyed paper from my stash. It's 60-pound coffee dyed paper. And I'm going to use this little, this is just one of the pieces of ephemera from the kit. And I used a punch that I have to punch it that way. And I'm going to glue him right here so that he can be a closure there. So I'm going to just glue from this point down. And hopefully I can tell where I have the glue. It's just right above that curvy thing, so hopefully that's good enough. So I'm going to make sure that that's not gluing and just give that a good press. And then this is going to go inside of that envelope, and then the envelope will go in the pocket. So let's see. Yeah, nice job. Yay. So we're going to just stick this in here. Got a little secret journaling spot there. So I'm not going to stick anything in this pocket yet because it still needs to dry. So this was my journal card, and I completely forgot to do anything else with it. So it looks like I made it to stick out. So give me just a moment while I grab a tabby or something to put on the side of this. I think I'll use this one. I don't like cutting these out on camera though. Let's see if I've got one that's a little bit more cut out. I probably don't. You know what? I'm going to use this. I'm just going to fold it. Let me ink it up really quick. I'm trying to get another video in here before I have to get ready to go to my daughter's to see all the family that's going to be gathering there. The youngest little guy is 5 years old, and he's sick, but he doesn't have COVID, so we are going to go ahead and continue to meet. Because we're also celebrating his birthday today, so it's like, poor kid. I'm going to round the edges of this, just because I like that. Again, I mentioned on my journal cards, I tend to like them to be rounded. Not always, but today I feel like rounded edges. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of people over there. It's going to be crazy. Thought we were going to have to switch and do it here because he's not feeling well, but we're going to continue with our plan, just making sure that's going to slide in okay, and it looks to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I did not do coffee dyed paper on the back of this. As I mentioned, for some reason, the last time I printed the kit pages out, I didn't double print them, so kind of bummed about that. But it's okay to have some white in the journal, so, or in the piece. It's not actually a journal. Well, I guess it is. It's meant to be a signature edition. So I'm going to set this aside for now, just to give that a few minutes to dry. So we're going to quickly embellish these. I'm probably going to just speed through this part because there's a lot going on here. So I'm just going to decorate this bit up here. And I've just cut, gosh darn my glue. I've just cut a piece of this lace so it'll go over this, and it's got the cut edges. So if that makes any sense, let me just show you what I mean here. So I just did that, and then it's not sticking on the other side. So let me hold that a second. And then I took a little piece of wax thread and put it through there and tied that off, and I'm just going to put that on the top here. Use a generous amount of Fabri-Tac there. Sorry, I'm off camera, guys. There we go. I'm just going to set that aside and give it a chance to dry a bit. And then this is from another kit. I'll have to look up and see where I got it, but it prints small like this, and I just made a little book out of it. It's printed with coffee dye, so that's going to go inside of this vellum pocket on the front. So let me go ahead and release these things so that we can put them on. Yeah, much better. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac to put our word on, which is Peace on Earth. Again, this is also from Rach and Bella's kit. Okay, so we're going to set that one aside because it's going to be ready to put together. Let's see what else we have here. I just have a little bits on the rest of this, so shouldn't take us too terribly long. So I just wanted to have a word on here. So this is from the kit. Where do I want that? It's kind of going to be weird there. So, well, we're going to have to do it because I don't really want to put it elsewhere. I want it to tie in with that little girl. And I love the little pink dots around it in this case. So there we go. And then we've got on this is our little journal card. So I just took a piece of vellum and a word. This is again from Rach and Bella kit. There we go. Put that on there just to dress up that edge a little bit. And then Joy. There we go. Awesome. So that is done. So let's see oh, and then I needed a whole thing dealio over here. So I decided what I was going to do is use a tag to make a pocket, to make a tuck. So I'm just going to glue on this edge and this edge. So this. So this one is our last one to just add a little bit of bits to, just to kind of, again, make them make them a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue here, a Fabri-Tac again. Go ahead and lay that down. When I put the word on, it's going to help to, I'll be able to press that down a little bit without getting myself all inky. So that says Christmas. And let's turn her over and see what I had going on over here. Oh, yeah, we already had the vellum pockets. So these are little cards that are going to go in here. Whoops, it's upside down. I did add these. We hadn't previously done these, so just going to go ahead and put them on. And then a little piece of lace here. And I don't like necessarily the scalloped edge under all of my words, so I'm just trimming that off. And then we're going to glue that on as well, just right here on the bottom. And again, the Fabri-Tac is going to do the work when we attach this word. Lace is cut a little bit crooked, but I'm not worried about it. Nothing to worry about. So there we go. So now we are ready. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Now we're ready to put our stacked envelopes together onto our signature. So I will probably do something with this off camera because I need to do something with the inside of this, but I'm not going to do that right now on camera. So it's going to go like this. This is the front, this is the back, and our envelopes are going to be attaching to this. So it's really stiff because it's a file folder, which I kind of love. It's a little bit bulky, so I'm hoping that we're not going to have issues. So I'm just going to play around with how we want to do this. So I think I want that there. And then let's go ahead and stick this in my, where was this going? Oh, goodness gracious. Already lost. This is going in here. Oh boy, I didn't put anything on there, but that's okay. So that's that. And because this is going to go in a signature, it can go, I can do that on both sides. So I just want to think about it though before I start attaching a bunch of stuff, because I won't be able to go back if I do that. So let's see, we need a one that goes this way. So maybe, oh, that's not going to work because that sticks out. Oh, except it could go under. Let's try it. I haven't done a lot of these, guys, so I appreciate your patience as I figure it out. So it's this and then this, like so. So that's going to be fine. And then, is it going to be fine? Oh boy, I didn't think about the construction of it, so I just want to be very mindful of what I'm doing here. So this is going to go on this side, like so. Just have to think about the order of this. So, oh my goodness, this is so chunky. It's chunky monkey. Okay, we're going to just start putting on because I'm not going to be able to hold on to that. So we're just going to go for it and hope for the best. So I'm just thinking about which one I want to have first. That's going to be tough because that is going to be two long. So let me trim off the bottom of this card a little bit. Unexpected surprises, that's okay. You know what? And the thing is, guys, we may get along in this, and I might discover that I did something completely wrong, and it doesn't work out the way that I planned, but that is okay. And we are just going to roll with it and not going to worry about it. So I'm just trimming that off just to have that be a little bit shorter so that I have a little more choice about where I put this envelope. You know what? That's still too long. So here we go again, guys. It's okay. Laugh. Laugh a lot. That's what I say. Especially laugh at yourself, you know? Life is too short. Okay, there we go. Try 3, right? So this is going to go in this pocket. Like so. Oh, much better. Yeah, that's safe now. Or we could have one clip on, which is a possibility. That might be our solution. Maybe this small one, because we could do that, and then we can still put one more on the back. Yes, there we go. Like so. That's weird, though. Shoot. I shouldn't have started gluing. That's my problem. I say that a lot, don't I? It's all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this right here and just give that a good press and a set. Give it a chance to, come on, let go. Whoops, it's moving. There we go. That's going to be fine. It's a little bit weird, but it's okay. Okay, right? So let's go ahead and just do that. Perfect. I love it. Not what I had planned, but it's turning out okay. These pieces just want to fall out. So, ooh, that's terrible. Goodness gracious. Let me ink that up. It's way too white. Okay, so those pieces keep falling out. I need something different. Let's see if I can use this bulldog clip without opening it, you know, or closing it rather, at least temporarily. Well, I can't do that because I need to play around with how this is going to close. So I'm just going to put a big paper clip there. So that is that, and that is that, and then we've got one more envelope. Come on. I love being able to work through the things that don't go as expected, though, even though I whine a little bit about it. Because I often will think I have this all figured out, and then I'm like, oh, clearly I did not have it all figured out. So that looks really cool, though. I like that. Let me just ink that really quickly, and then let me just make sure that that's the only place that's the place that makes sense for it to go. Because I don't really want anything on the back of this. I think I might clip on, excuse me, I might clip on like, I might clip on like a book of coffee dyed paper on the back just to put something there. So where were we putting this? Where were we putting this? Do we want it this way? Goodness, Renee, come on. Oh, goodness, that's moving. Hold on. This is what impatience does. Just hold that in place for a second. Think about where this was going to go. I've already lost my mind. I think it was going to go here. So many flips and flaps and pockets. Whatever. So that's just not wanting to like set. Oh boy. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, so let me ink this edge up now that we've got some white showing. There we go. And this can actually go right there. This was definitely an adventure. That is not going to work because it cannot hang over that much. So what happened here? I'm just going to try to get my hands in there to release whatever happened there. Like I said, it's usually fixable, so let's try again. This is going to stick out a lot though, but it's I think it's going to be okay now. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is trim this tab off a little bit. It'll still stick out, but I think I'm going to lower profile here, and I'm just going to ink that. You're seeing lots of fixing in this video, huh? Boy, we still have a problem on this edge, so I'm trying to get my hand in there. Yikes. Okay, there we go. That's better. So we are done. So I think I'm just going to grab a piece of sari silk and wrap it around here. So let me do that really quick before I let you go. And let's see, what do we want? I think we want just this kind of a cream color. Let me grab a bunch of it. It's all tangled up here in the drawer. I may do something different for the closure later. Clean up some of these strings. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to tie some sari silk around this. And I think I've got too much. Let's see if I've got a big enough piece that doesn't have to be. I think I can cut this off at this sewn line here. And then we're going to get that to the middle and wrap around. And again, I'm going to put some coffee dyed paper on the back just with a clip, so that'll be covered up because that was unexpected. And there we go. It was not quite long enough. I might have to switch this out, but for now, just for the sake of showing, we've got that. So there we go. I forgot to do the little flip through. And then we'll talk a minute about the drawing. So here's our front. And again, lots of lessons learned in this. Don't start gluing the envelopes onto the file folder until you know how they're going to interact with each other. And that's what I missed doing. So we've got this flap here, the beautiful little envelope in there. This one flips out. This could also have something on it. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I might not do anything, but maybe do a cluster or something to decorate it up. And then we've got that. I will replace this paper clip with something prettier. And so then we've got that journaling card in there. And then we'll flip this way. This one flips out. And got lots of nummies in there. And then this is our last flip that flips out like so. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, in order to qualify for the drawing, I do need you to be subscribed to the channel, give a thumbs up to the video, and leave a meaningful comment. And again, what I mean by a meaningful comment is something that has some substance, like share a tradition with me. Tell me what you loved about the process. Tell me if you learned something. Tell me anything that you're going to try it. Anything like that. So I like that interaction, as I keep mentioning. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. And so when this video posts, I'm not exactly sure the day because I'm taping ahead. But I always draw 7 days after the last video. So I will let you know when that's going to be. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.